Have you ever felt like, even after a whole weekend of rest, you wake up on Monday feeling like you haven't slept at all? As if something inside you, deeper than your body, remains drained? As if your soul has been slowly drained by routine, by notifications, by the silent weight of living in a world that never shuts down? This isn't just physical fatigue. It's spiritual exhaustion, and it's not cured with more coffee, more productivity, or more self-help. It requires a true reset, a return to center. But what I'm going to reveal today isn't just another technique, another app, another morning habit. It's something that's been hidden, forgotten, buried under centuries of distraction and haste. The lost ritual to reboot your soul. Inspired by the teachings of masters such as Padmasambhava, the mystic who turned poison into medicine, and Huineng, the sixth patriarch of Zen who taught that enlightenment is already here, this video will show you the reset you seek. It is not outside of you. It's buried beneath the noise, but always present. And the most surprising thing, you can access it now, in less than a minute, with an exercise so simple it seems insignificant. But it holds the key. Welcome to Axiom Sage. Timeless wisdom from the East to transform your mind and spirit. Introducing the lost ritual to reset your soul they never wanted you to know. There's a silent emptiness that many carry but rarely name. It's not depression. It's not sadness. It's something more subtle. The feeling that you're functioning, but not living. That you're present, but absent from yourself. You complete the tasks. Reply to messages. Smile when you need to. But inside, there's a fatigue that goes beyond the body. It's as if your soul is on standby, oblivious to itself. And the worst part, you try to rest. You turn off your phone. You watch that show. You go to the gym. But deep down, you know, nothing really recharges you. Because modern rest is not rest. It's anesthesia. You swap one screen for another, one stimulus for another, and the brain, even at rest, remains in a state of alert, flooded with dopamine, unable to switch off. This is why many feel more tired after resting. Padmasambhava, the great Tibetan master, knew this. He taught that even poison can be transformed into medicine, not by denying it, but by changing your relationship to it. And the poison of modern life is not work, nor technology. It is unprocessed mental noise that we carry day after day. But there is a way. Huineng, the Zen master who attained enlightenment by hearing a simple verse, recalled, "The original mind is already pure. It does not need to be manufactured." In other words, you don't need to build peace. You just need to stop pushing her away. And that is exactly what the lost ritual does. It is not an external ritual, with candles or mantras. It's an internal reset process. Simple, quiet, always available. At the end of this video, you will have access to it. But first, we need to dismantle the illusion that prevents it from working. The biggest mistake you make when trying to reset yourself is believing you need to erase your thoughts. That to find peace, you need. Have you ever tried to empty your mind? He sat in silence and said to himself, "No thoughts." And what happened? The thoughts came with more force. As if your mind was laughing at you. This is not your fault. It is the flaw of the method. Because the human brain was not designed to stop thinking. It was made to process. And when you try to suppress thoughts, you create an internal conflict. One part of you wants to keep quiet, another part insists on speaking. Result: more tension. More tiredness, more feelings of failure. This is the modern myth of reset, believing that peace is the absence of thought. But the truth taught by Huineng, is different. Reset is not emptying the mind. It is refocusing attention on the unborn state of mind. What does this mean? Behind every thought there is a space, a silence, a consciousness that does not think, but observes. You don't have to eliminate the thought. You just need to remember that you are not the thought. Neuroscientists call this the default mode network, the one that activates when you stop doing tasks. But Zen masters know, this moment isn't useless. It is the moment when the soul breathes, when you stop fighting your thoughts and simply observe them. Like clouds in the sky, something changes. The mind calms down, not by force, by delivery. And that's where the most invisible error of all comes in. Seek external rituals without touching the heart. Have you ever collected practices? Morning meditation, journaling, retreats, mantras, and yet you feel empty? It's not because the practices are useless. It's because you do them with half the presence. Huineng lit up as he listened to a common verse, not because the verse was magical, but because, at that moment, he was all in it. The lost ritual is not a secret technique. It is the ability to be whole in any gesture, even if it's just drinking a glass of water. If you do this with full presence, feeling the weight of the glass, the touch of the water on your tongue, the movement of your throat, you are already practicing the ritual. Because the real reset is not in what you do. It's in how you are while doing it. Now, let's go to the 3 pillars of the true reset, based on the teachings of Padmasambhava and Huineng, and validated by spiritual neuroscience. Pillar 1. Recognize false rest. Disconnecting with distractions, social media, TV shows, games, is not rest. It's a replacement for stimuli, and the brain remains active, in vigilance mode. True rest begins when you stop numbing your mind and allows her to process what has accumulated. Pillar 2. The body is the first temple. Padmasambhava saw the body as a sacred vehicle for awakening, not an obstacle, but a gateway. The reset doesn't start in the mind. It starts in the body, because the mind lives in the future. The body lives in the now. When you return to your body, you return to the present. Pillar 3. Ritual is not what you do, but how you are. You can meditate for an hour with half the attention, or you can breathe for a minute with full presence. And the second will be more transformative. The lost ritual is actually the quality of your presence. Now, the practice. Close your eyes. Inhale deeply through your nose, expanding your abdomen. Hold for a moment, and exhale slowly through your mouth, as if releasing the weight of the week. All the tension, all the rush, all the effort, like smoke dissolving into the air. Repeat 3 times. Just that. Don't try to change anything. Just feel. This exercise, although simple, activates the parasympathetic system, the body's rest and digest mode. But more than that, he reconnects you to your center. It's the reset click. Not magical. Organic. If this has made sense so far, if you feel like you are listening, there is a powerful metaphor that Padmasambhava used with his disciples. He said, "The soul is like a flame covered in ashes. It has not gone out. It only needs a gentle breath to shine again. Think about it. You don't need to turn on a new light. You just need to remove what hides it. The exhaustion, the emptiness, the anxiety. These are the ashes. It's not you. They are what has accumulated over time. What about the lost ritual? It's just blowing gently, not with force, with intention, with presence. This breath is a moment of mindfulness, a deep breath, a moment in which you choose to be here, not in the past, not in the future. Hui Nang Dizia. From the beginning, nothing is missing. You already have everything you need. You just forgot. And the modern world doesn't want you to remember, because an awakened soul does not consume so much, doesn't obey as much. You don't lose that much. That's why the ritual was forgotten. No, because it's complicated, because it is too simple to be sold. But he's here. It always has been. In the silence between two thoughts, when your feet touch the ground, in the breath you don't even notice, and every time you return to it, you brush away a layer of ash. The flame is rekindled, not dramatically, but constant. You don't become someone else. You remember who you are. Now, let's learn the rite of the inner breath, directly inspired by the teachings of Padmasambhava and adapted for modern life. Sit in a quiet place. It could be on your office chair, on the sofa, or even in a parked car. Close your eyes. Feel comfortable. Step 1. Acknowledge the weight. Tell yourself, I'm carrying a lot, and that's okay. Don't judge. Just acknowledge. Step 2. Connect with the body. Bring your attention to your feet on the ground. Feel the contact. Then, to the hands in the lap. Feel the weight, the temperature. Step 3. Breathe with intention. Inhale deeply, counting to 4. Expand the abdomen. Hold for 2 seconds. Exhale slowly, counting to 6, as if you were releasing heavy smoke. Repeat 3 times. Step 4. Visualize a chama. Imagine a small flame in the center of your chest, weak but alive. As you exhale, imagine the gentle breath removing the ash around it. See the flame rekindle. Step 5. Give thanks. Say silently, "Thank you for still being there." Practice this for just 90 seconds, once a day. Not to get something. To remember that you are here, and if you do it sincerely, something changes. You no longer need to seek peace. You start to feel it. If this practice touched you, comment "flame" on the video, not as an empty gesture, but as a reminder, I am the flame, and it never went out. The lost ritual they didn't want you to know about? This is it. Stop. Breathe. Touch them now. It is not a secret kept in temples. It's a key buried under the rush. And you don't need any more knowledge. You just need more presence. Soul reset is not an event. It is a continuous return. 3 simple steps. Acknowledge that you're burned out, without judgment. Return to your body with a deep breath. Remember the flame that was always there. That's all. But that's all you need. Because deep down, you're not broken. You're just forgetful of yourself. And every time you breathe with awareness, every time you feel your feet on the ground, Every time you choose to be here, you are practicing the ritual. You are going back to the beginning, to the center, to what was never lost. Most people will never apply this, because it is easier to look for complex solutions. It's easier to believe that peace is in an app, on a retreat, in a distant future. But you are here. You heard. You felt it. And maybe, just maybe, you are the exception. Because transformation doesn't start with a grand gesture. It starts with a small yes. A yes to stop. A yes to feel. A yes to remember. Padmasambhava reminded, the path is not to accumulate, but to awaken what already exists. Huineng said, from the beginning, nothing is missing. Today, you can choose to return. It doesn't have to be perfect. It is enough to be present. If this video touched you, sign up, comment, reset. Share with someone who needs to be reminded of the flame. Until the next video, where we will reveal the samurai secret to overcoming procrastination. No willpower, just inner discipline. Until then, breathe, feel it, and remember, the lost ritual is already in you. It's just a breath of consciousness. Namaste.